Tonight, 2 people are safe after a Good Samaritan rushes into a burning home to pull them to safety.
And a doozy of a winter storm is on our doorstep on the eve of one of the busiest travel days of the year. What you need to know about the roads and airports ahead of the storm.
Plus, the man found guilty of fatally shooting another man in downtown Duluth receives a lengthy sentence today.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. Snow is threatening Thanksgiving travel across much of the nation and right here in the Northland.
Yeah, whether you're hitting the road or taking to the skies, it could get pretty messy. CBS3's Emma Quinn is live along I-35 with what we should expect. Emma.
Yeah, Kristen, so right now, Duluth Airport Authority and the Minnesota Department of Transportation say with the increased expected holiday travel and this winter weather that's already here, things could get pretty interesting. Now, MnDOT officials say they are prepped. Their snowplows are prepped and ready to go across some parts of northern Minnesota. They're already out because roads are getting slick. Now, officials say they don't anticipate needing to use much salt, but will use new icebreaker attachments. Meanwhile, at the Duluth airport, officials say they're hopeful they'll get their travelers onto their destinations tomorrow with little complications. They say they're in constant communication with airlines about delays and cancellations.
So they have a well-oiled machine plan of how they take care of that runway. And hopefully the conditions are as we can to manage them.
But with the timing of the storm coming late this afternoon during rush hour, we expect there's going to be cars driving on the snow. It's going to be kind of wet snow, so we will have some compaction, and that can cause slippery conditions.
Airport officials say certain airline companies are offering travel waivers to flights to move to another day other than tomorrow, which is Wednesday. And another thing to keep in mind if you are traveling, there's Landline, that is a bus service that brings you from the Duluth airport to Minneapolis if something goes wrong with your flight. And MnDOT officials are also asking all travelers on the road to stay safe, drive slow, especially behind the plowed trucks as they're getting out already onto the roads now. So if you can't see their mirrors, they can't see you.
All right, some good tips as we head into a busy travel weekend. Thanks, Emma. And just a reminder, we'll have additional up-to-date snow coverage within our CBS3 app on CBS3Duluth.com, and of course, the latest tomorrow morning starting at 5 a.m.
The winter storm is causing a number of closures, including at UMD. The university will close tonight starting at 8 o'clock and will also be closed all day tomorrow. A text to students said campus operations will resume Thursday. University officials say the decision was to ensure everyone was able to travel safely. UMD isn't the only school closed for the day. You can find a full list of closures and delays that will be updated throughout the night tonight and into the morning tomorrow on our website and mobile app.
Let's check in with Dave for a look at the weather. Dave, busy night for you. You've been watching that storm.
Yeah, the main part of the storm is still well to our south and the west, but we saw some leader flurries there taunting our reporter out there in the field. So they're already starting to feel their way into the region. But the worst of it or best of it, depending on your opinion of snow, of course, shouldn't start till about 10 o'clock tonight. And then continue for a little while longer, till about 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Let's add in some winds to that. They're going to be close to 20 miles per hour by the lake, and that means the South Shore is also facing troubles with flooding along the shoreline. Our day planner tomorrow says the snow is pretty likely in the morning. It starts to wind down at noon, and by tomorrow afternoon it goes away, but maybe only for a short while. Another round of this could be with us for the weekend. We'll look at both counts in a little more detail coming up in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. Well, that was supposed to be a look at our live cam. It looks like the snow is hitting that as well right now, but we are expecting to see large waves overnight at the Duluth Harbor, but even larger ones are forecast for the middle of the lake with waves up to 29 feet. Now, Duluth Seaway Port Authority officials say ship captains out on the lake are good navigators, and they know good spots to hide from these strong storms, but they say it can put a wrench in their shipping schedule.
You can't make up time once it's lost on the Great Lakes because we have a very defined season. However, the fleets as well as the customers expect these kinds of delays and expect weather happening, especially in November.
Meanwhile, the Madeline Island Ferry Line canceled all its ferry trips tomorrow. The ferry service made the announcement on their Facebook page this morning. The National Weather Service issued a lakeshore flood warning for much of the South Shore, with waves forecasted there to be as high as 10 to 15 feet through Wednesday afternoon. The waves, combined with high winds, caused the closure.
Flooding on Lake Ontario could shut down the shipping season early. Authorities are considering opening the Moses Saunders Power Dam in the St. Lawrence Seaway to allow water to drain from Lake Ontario into Lake Superior. The dam would open 2 weeks before the normal December 31st end of the shipping season. People in favor of the idea say the water level on Lake Ontario would lower approximately 1 inch, potentially alleviating flooding along the shorelines. If the dam were opened, ships would not be able to navigate due to the strong current. The move would also cost the U.S. and Canadian shipping industries $193 million each week. The Port Authority in Duluth says the impact on shipping would be large.
To close shipping 2 weeks early doesn't provide them meaningful relief, and at the same time it exacerbates that economic damage by piling on the economic damage that would be caused by that stoppage of the seaway traffic, and that has both short and long-term effects to shipping.
The Port Authority says if the shipping season closes early, the cost to the Port of Duluth Superior could be more than $4.5 million.
30 years. That's a sentence for the man convicted of a deadly shooting in downtown Duluth. 27-year-old Jamal Jackson learned his sentence this morning after being convicted of second-degree murder. Jackson shot and killed 31-year-old Scott Pennington in September of 2018. Court officials say at least 2/3 of his sentence must be spent behind bars, while the other third can be spent on supervised release.
Although prison will make it difficult to change and be a better person, you still have plenty of time to engage in a meaningful life. The Pennington family will never miss Scott.
The maximum sentence in Minnesota for a second-degree murder charge is 40 years.
An off-duty volunteer firefighter rescued 3 people this morning after their house went up in flames. 38-year-old Ryan Lynn of Duluth is a volunteer firefighter for the Normanna Township. He was driving to work when he saw a house on fire on the 3900 block of Martin Road in Rice Lake. He stopped to make sure everyone was out of the home. Lynn saw 1 man standing outside, but 2 men were still in the house. He was able to get them both out safely, including a double-leg amputee. Authorities say Lynn and the 2 men went to a hospital for smoke inhalation. They are expected to make full recoveries. Authorities say it's possible portable propane heaters caused the fire. They're not intended for indoor use. The fire destroyed the home.
The Duluth City Council voted on a controversial proposal last night involving a housing complex. The proposal would allow developers to build a mixed-use housing complex in Duluth that would be taller than current zoning rules allow. The proposed location is on South Street in the Indian neighborhood. The council voted 5-3 Monday night to approve rezoning, but businesses in the area are concerned the taller building will block lake views. The developer still has a couple of hurdles before they can start building, including buying and tearing down houses on the property. They also need to get a building permit from the city.
The St. Louis County Board says it's against reintroducing elk in the Cloquet Valley State Forest. Commissioners voted 4-1 on that measure this morning. It's a non-binding resolution asking the Fond du Lac Band to take the Cloquet Valley State Forest off the list for potential elk restoration. The Fond du Lac Band recently studied the issue with the University of Minnesota. The study looked at the effects of reintroducing elk into several forests around the region. At least one commissioner cited the impacts it could have on the deer population, area farmers, and public safety.
President Donald Trump signed an executive order creating a White House task force on missing and murdered American Indians and Alaska Natives. Led by Attorney General William Barr and Interior Secretary David Bernhardt, the task force is expected to develop protocols to apply to new and unsolved cases and create a multi-jurisdictional team to review cold cases. Fond du Lac Band Chairman Kevin Dupuis, Fond du Lac Tribal Council member Roger Smith, and Chief Executive of the Mille Lacs Band Melanie Benjamin were among the Native American leaders who were with the president during Tuesday's signing ceremony at the White House. The president says the task force aims to bring new hope to Native American communities across the nation.
We will deliver justice for the victims, closure for the families, and safety to those in harm's way. And on behalf of every missing or murdered Native American woman and child,
The National Institute of Justice estimates 1.5 million Native American women have experienced violence in their lifetime, including many who are victims of sexual violence.
A federal judge issued a stinging rebuke of the notion that the president can claim immunity for his advisors and not be compelled to testify before Congress. Former White House counsel Don McGahn refused to comply with a congressional subpoena to testify before Congress. But a U.S. district judge from the District of Columbia wrote, quote, the contention that a president's top advisors cannot be subjected to compulsory congressional process simply has no basis in the law, end quote. Democrats on Capitol Hill declared the judge's ruling a victory. However, the White House filed an appeal of that decision this morning. Congressman Adam Schiff sent out a statement saying in part, quote, the witnesses who have defied Congress by order of the president will have to decide whether their duty is to the country or to a president who believes that he is above the law.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, cooking is the #1 cause of house fires. We'll have some tips to stay safe ahead of Turkey Day. Next.
Temperature-wise, today we were just a hair warmer than normal, but with a couple of snowstorms trying to approach our region, temperatures could tumble a bit over the next couple of days as snow totals go up, more for some towns than others, and we'll show you who's who and who's going to get what coming up after our break.
I love that one.
I love it.
I love it.
It's easy to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love this one, too.
And this month is the perfect time to see why.
Wow. I love it.
That's my next truck.
Find your reason to fall in love with a new Chevy and get a great deal all month long.
I love it.
I'm going to go buy a Chevy.
Get 19% below MSRP on all 2019 Silverado Crew Cab pickups. That's over $9,700 on this Silverado. Or during the Black Friday sales event, get 20% below MSRP on other select 2019 models.
The Dish voice remote just got even more powerful. Why'd we put so much technology in there?
You don't think I've watched a lot of football?
You want to put a little wager on it? Bet.
So you can settle that bet without ever taking your eyes off the game.
How many D1 football teams are there?
Oh!
What you do with that power?
Oh, it's gotta hurt.
Well, that is totally up to you.
Don't look so sad, man. Come on, we're having fun.
New Dish voice remote with the Google Assistant. Dish, tuned into you.
All of us at Super One Foods would like to say thank you. Thank you for shopping with us here each and every day and making it a joy to come to work.
You've allowed us to give back to the local communities we serve for the past 40 years. Each year, we raise and donate hundreds of thousands of dollars in support to local charities and food shelves, youth organizations, and various athletic events.
From all of us at Super One Foods, thank you.
We're proud to serve you locally every day with low prices and better choices.
Visit Bender's Shoes and step into style with new arrivals from Rieker and Ramonte. Enjoy modern European styling in footwear designed with features that ensure comfort with every step. Come in today and give them a try. We're located in Grand Rapids, Hibbing, and Duluth.
When you share the love, you change lives. Over 2,200 wishes granted. More than 57,000 pets supported. Over 100 national parks protected. Over 2 million meals provided. Through the Subaru Share the Love event, Subaru will have proudly donated over $170 million to national and hometown charities over 12 years.
Visit Miller Hill Subaru today during the Subaru Share the Love event, going on now through January 2nd. Visit us online at millerhill.com.
So, what are we watching?
Should take what I want when I wanna. And I want you.
Never boring, is it?
Nope.
Your Thursday was wide open, but not anymore.
Thursday, it's your night in on CBS.
CBS 3 weather is brought to you by St. Luke's. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Our big low-pressure system's getting closer. It's in southwestern Minnesota right now, or at least its lead elements are. Although it's got a few scouts out in the area right now, we're seeing a few stray showers of snow here and there. Things probably will pick up around the region after 10 o'clock tonight. And because of the potential for snow, We are looking at, indeed, winter storm warnings along the shores of Lake Superior here. Inland Minnesota, away from the lake, is looking at a stripe of a winter weather advisory. Coochiching County may not have a big deal at all, might get less than an inch of snow there. And then with some high winds coming across the lake, we're looking at a flood warning along the South Shore, including the Twin Ports here. Getting some big waves, kicking up some big waves indeed along the shore. And there could be some trouble with flooding. Folks have to watch out. Should be wrapping up, though, by early tomorrow afternoon. We'll show you a snow map that I've come up with here in just a little bit. But right now, we show you the current conditions at the airport in Duluth. And we'll go over towards the green screen here and fire that up and see what's happening as far as those current conditions go. Jack, all right? I think he'll probably pop us over. There he did. Now we step into this live look at what's going on Sheridan Street in Ely. And no snow there yet, but again, they'll be in the same boat as the night goes on. Not as much as the Twin Ports, and the big winners for snow probably will be the snow belt. So we'll show you that chart in just a little bit. Right now, though, it's 29 degrees at the airport. Getting a few snow showers already, like I mentioned. Relative humidity is 89%. Air pressure is getting lower at 29.92 as that low pressure system builds up from the southwest. Temperature-wise, with the cloud cover, pretty close to normal. Looking at upper 20s for much of Minnesota, 30s by the lake, low 30s for much of Wisconsin, and 28 to 31 for the upper peninsula. Again, the cloud cover probably won't let temperatures cool too much tonight or increase too much tomorrow. They'll be very stable, even though as far as sky conditions go, and precip chances be pert near 100% for the snow that we're talking about. Looking at the Doppler right now for our region, yeah, we're seeing a few of those advanced elements of the snow feeling out the path of least resistance into our region, seeing them in Wisconsin and Minnesota, but mostly now to the west and the south of the Twin Cities. But in about 4 hours, should be with us. And then it'll be with us till about 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And snow totals, like I mentioned, might be only 2/10 towards International Falls, maybe 3 inches around Hibbing, 4 to 8 for the Twin Ports, east central Minnesota, and into the snow belt. We're starting to look at 8 to 12 there, with a few isolated areas that could pull even more than that. But by tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock, we probably will be getting a chance to shovel out from this first round of snow. But keep in mind, the second go-round could be coming around probably Friday night into Saturday, and maybe just as much as this first round. All right, forecast tonight in Minnesota. After 10, we get the snow chance. Lows in the 20s. In Wisconsin and Michigan, after 10, you get the snows as well, with your lows from 25 to 30. For tomorrow, the chance for snow is 100% till about 2 o'clock, Wisconsin, UP. Highs 28 to 32. Minnesota, your chance goes till about noon to 2 as well, with 25 to maybe 30 your top temps there as well. With the extended forecast here, come Thanksgiving itself, it should be calm like it was today. A cloudier sky, but no wind, high temp near 30, and it'll be all right to get to Grandma's house and fire up that turkey. Then the next chance of snow lasts through Saturday, fades away to flurries on Sunday, and maybe Monday we get a partly sunny sky, a peak of sun, but a high of only 22. So temperatures for the start of December will start to become very December-y.
What a great welcome back to Kristen from Arizona. Huh? She gets back last night and boom, bunch of
You
snow.
get off the plane in Hawaii, they give you a lei around here. Here's your snow shovel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I had to do too. Shovel. Thanks, Dave. The Duluth Police Department is making sure your car lights are on and working. DPD started its Lights On micro grant program today. The grant allows police officers to hand out vouchers instead of tickets for minor traffic offenses like a broken taillight or a turn signal. Lights On is a third-party micro grant administrator, and their goal is to create positive interactions between residents and the police. You can head to our website to find a list of local shops taking part in the program.
Cooking is the #1 cause of fire in the state of Minnesota, and fire officials are hoping some reminders will keep people safe this Thanksgiving. The Duluth Fire Department held a demonstration today showing what can happen when you make mistakes frying a turkey. They overfilled the fryer, heated the oil too hot, and did not fully thaw and dry the turkey. They say it's important to pay attention to what you're doing and that the number of fires tends to increase this time of year.
A lot of that has to do with people starting to heat their homes, the weather getting cooler, but it also, we start to cook a lot more around holidays, particularly things we're not necessarily used to cooking on a daily basis.
And if you're cooking something new this holiday, make sure you're fully prepared and have a safety plan.
All right, Neil's here with a look at what's coming up in sports. What's going on, Neil?
Well,
Hockey.
Yeah.
That's all I can
That
say
time of
right
year.
now.
Yeah.
It's the time of the year. It's the beginning of the season for a number of area boys hockey teams. That includes the Hermantown Hawks. We're looking to get back to the state tournament after falling just short last year. We hear from them right after the break.
America's Most Watched Network. Tonight, starting at 7, only on CBS3 Duluth. Then, stay tuned for CBS3 News at 10. CBS3 Live Cams are brought to you by Kohler Toyota. Presidential Award-winning service. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler. KohlerToyota.com.
Schneiderman's helps you celebrate life's happiest moments when everyone has a spot, even Spot. Now is the best time to save at Schneiderman's Furniture, but hurry in because the Customer Appreciation Sale ends Tuesday.
Yes. Climb, sing. Don't stop clapping now. Come on.
Happy Honda Days is on now. Unwrap the joy of a new Accord, the best midsize sedan in America, according to Car and Driver.
That's all right.
Oh yes, I remember. It was on Christmas Eve many years ago. I was on my way to my grandparents' house in Duluth. We were on a train.
And the train became snarled in a horrific storm. Everyone feared that Christmas would be lost. But what the little girl and train conductor did next saved Christmas for everyone. This is the Christmas City Express, a train ride and storytelling experience on the North Shore Scenic Railroad in Duluth. Tickets and information at DuluthTrains.com. The Christmas City Express is your ticket to fun holiday memories for your entire family.
All aboard.
It's the perfect time to explore Duluth's beautiful downtown waterfront district. Enjoy our lights and sights of the season, local shops, restaurants, and entertainment.
This holiday season, buy local at the Electric Fetus. Open 7 days a week at Lake Avenue and Superior Street. Electric Fetus, made in Minnesota.
Shop, dine, and celebrate together in Duluth's downtown waterfront district this holiday season.
I had varicose veins removed with Dr. Fall. The procedure was a lot faster than I thought it would be. No pain whatsoever. When I go to bed at night, my legs no longer hurt.
Kelly Culver, a certified nurse practitioner, brings 6 years of experience and is taking appointments now.
Make it the best holiday ever with the True Love Guarantee at Numi Jewelers. Give the gift of shimmering diamonds. This diamond earring and pendant set is $199 now through Small Business Saturday. Numi Jewelers, where true love is guaranteed.
I love that one.
I love it.
I love it.
It's easy to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love this one too.
And this month is the perfect time to see why.
Wow. I love it.
That's my next truck. Find your reason to fall in love with a new Chevy and get a great deal all month long.
I love it.
I'm gonna go buy a Chevy.
Now, during the Black Friday sales event, get 20% below MSRP on select 2019 models, or get 15% below MSRP on most 2020 Equinox models. That's over $6,100 on this Equinox.
Schneiderman's helps you celebrate life's peaceful moments. 8 hours at a time. Save up to $600 on Tempur-Pedic adjustable sets during the Customer Appreciation Sale at Schneiderman Sleep.
The high school boys hockey season gets into full swing this week. Tonight, many area teams get their seasons going. That would include the Hermantown Hawks, who will look to get back to the state tournament after missing it last year. The Hawks fell in a heartbreaker last season to Greenway, who went on to have a historic run into the state's championship. The Hawks still had a fantastic season, only dropping 4 games on the entire year. They are certainly learning and taking that into this year.
We had a really good year. It just didn't end the way we wanted, but the great thing about that is adversity can be a gift. If you let it teach you, it can be a building block. And I think we all, from the coaching staff all the way down to the players, I think we all felt it last March when we weren't in that state tournament. There's no doubt, you're sitting there watching that and you're thinking to yourself, all right, how do we make this different? What does this feel like? What do we need to do differently? How do we learn from this?
Although the roster may look a tad different, one thing remains for certain for the Hawks, and that would be UMD commit senior Blake Biondi, who returns for his final year in a Hermantown uniform.
Blake is just a great human being, and he's a hell of a hockey player. I'm excited for him because I think that's truly what he wanted to do. was come back and be a leader of his group, and he's pulled in a lot of directions, and at the end of the day, he wants to come back and do something special.
There's going to be a lot of people telling you what I should be doing, and they're trying to pull their certain way, but that's what I wanted to do, and I know when I play my best, I have desire to play, and there's goals I'm after, so it's definitely, I just listened to my heart, and it was an easy decision after that.
The Hawks get their season going against Evelyn Gilbert tonight at 7:30 p.m. If you can't be there in person, you can watch it on the My9 Sports Network. And if you can't get enough high school hockey, it's the second year we're doing Thursday Night Face-Off to bring you some of the best high school hockey coverage in the Northland. First show will be on Thursday, December 5th in the CBS3 News at 10. So we're up and running. My weekends are getting busier now with all these hockey teams, so I'm looking forward to it, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, always a good time.
Thanks, Neil. Tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, we're sitting down with former DNR Commissioner Tom Landwehr. He approved permits for PolyMet last year, but now he's leading the fight against another copper-nickel mine, Twin Metals. In this special edition of Eye on Mining, we're hearing from Landwehr on why he says Minnesota's environmental standards don't work for mining projects near the Boundary Waters.
And before we go today, President Trump took part in the presidential Thanksgiving tradition by granting a full and complete pardon to Butter the turkey.
Aww.
The president also spared the life of Butter's companion, Bread, who was not at the ceremony. The White House reached out to the public via social media to ask which of the two turkeys should be pardoned and named the National Thanksgiving Turkey. Both Bread and Butter will live out their days at Gobbler's Rest at Virginia Tech, where last year's turkeys, peas and carrots, still reside.
Go together
It's like
bread and butter.
Sparing a few of the millions and millions.
I love that. I think it's kind of a fun little
is fun,
tradition.
yeah.
All right, Dave, you have a lot to talk about tonight with weather. Lots going on.
Butters and Cartman can take a look at our snow totals for tomorrow. We're looking at not much up towards International Falls, maybe just a trace, but many Iron Range communities run the range of 3 to 6. Head of the lakes here, east central Minnesota, maybe 4 to 8, and into the snow belt, at least 8 to 12 with a few zones probably popping up higher than these preliminary estimates we're seeing here on this map. So bottom line is much of the region has winter storm warning in effect through 2 tomorrow. Drive cautiously and take it easy.
Yeah, I know. I've been bugging you all day. What's it looking like? I have a drive up to the range tonight.
Look out the window.
Yeah.
It's already coming down if you look out the window.
Yeah, so we do have to be cautious.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with the hills in the Duluth area. Take it slow if you can. Take the best route possible. So drive safe tonight, and we'll see you at 7.
Thanks for joining us.